going on, guys? Killer6 back with another legendary item guide for you all today, and this time we're taking a look at the drops from our guy Horace. Horace is a very early game boss that you will encounter during the story. This is the equivalent of, like, I don't know, boom boom. It's somebody that you guys will encounter extremely early in the game. Here is the map, and this is the starting little area that you come to where you meet Rush and all that. That is very early in the story, and what we're doing is we're heading over to Horace. Now Horace, if you fought him before, which you know you'll fight him during the story, and that's why you would be farming him to get his loot, but this is where he's located. So as you can see, we're gonna have to drive over there, we're gonna have to go through the building and like go around and then get to his arena. Now it's a bit of a drive to get to Horace's place, so along the way be on the lookout for bubbles to appear, because those would be rifts. And rifts are really good for early game gear grinding. Even if you only get blues and purples from early game rifts, those are exceptional when you're playing early on. All right, so we're actually just gonna skip past all of these guys. However, if you're on your first playthrough and you're just coming here to grind gear and XP and all that stuff, you might want to go ahead and kill all these guys just so you know you get that extra XP and loot. As you can see, it is a good bit of running to get over here, but once we get over here, then you know we can just use the Moxie's respawning machine and just farm him over and over. At that point we won't have to, you know, do this run every single time. Even though we are gonna have to, you know, go back over here this time, we won't have to keep repeating that unless we decide we want to go back to the main hub area. Always make sure that you click this thing before you drop in there, because otherwise you're gonna be coming back out to click it later. So as you can see, we're finally at Horace's arena, which is right here dead square in the middle of this building, and we're just gonna drop down and take this dude out, see if we get one of his drops. And dead. And no good loot on this run, so we will skip ahead to when we actually get a drop from him, and then we'll go over all the different drops that he has in his loot pool. Up first, let's take a look at the Lucky Clover. This is a legendary pistol manufactured by the Order. The gold text on this guy reads, Kismet. On reload, fires 2 homing rockets that deal up to 2,315 damage each. Not bad. This thing also has splash radius on it, which means extra damage as well. The base damage is 1,157. The accuracy 76%. The reload time is 1.3 seconds, and the fire rate is 7. This does have an ammo count of 6. The red text reads, such devastation, this was my intention. This is a reference to Final Fantasy 14. Now I do want to go ahead and point out that this skin is actually pretty cool looking. It's like a pink and purple. I like the blade on it. It's like a shiny metal dark pink. It's really cool looking. So let's take this thing in here, test it out, see what it can do. Now, it being an order gun, you do have to charge it up, and I'm not a big fan of that myself. Actually, let me stop using my turrets so we get a better idea of what this thing's actually doing. Now, you don't have to charge it to full, but if you do, obviously you're going to get more damage out of it, especially if you hit your shots. That's the tricky part now, isn't it? Hitting your shots. Boom. All right, so as you see, those rockets feel a little underwhelming. You will see the clover effect come out of enemies. I don't know if you saw that there at the end after I shot him. There's a bit of a clover that came out. Could just be that it's telling the rockets where to go. It's not charging up there whenever it didn't charge to full. I don't know if you saw that. That was kind of weird. I don't know if I needed to push the button a couple times there to get it to actually trigger, but it locked on one charge. And again, I'm not a big fan of this brand of weapon. The whole like hold down the button and then charge up and then do more damage. It's just not something that appeals to me. Gameplay loop wise, but some of you guys might love it. I don't know, but it does seem like if you charge it to full, it does have pretty substantial damage boost on this thing. See if we can hit this guy. Well, I say pretty substantial damage boost, and then we do like no damage to this guy. Yeah, I mean, the damage isn't the world's worst. It's just not, it's not gonna like be anywhere near some of the other guns that you're going to encounter in this game. I will say this, I think this is a pretty decent gun for early game, and there it did it again. It only charged to 1 when I first went into fight for my life. So something to look out there for on that too. Yeah, all in all, I would say this is a pretty decent early game weapon. Again, you're probably going to find other stuff that you think is going to be better. So don't know the drop rate on this thing. If I ever find out, I will pin it as the top comment down in the description below. Up next, we're going to take a look at Aegon's Dream, or it might be Egon's. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. The gold text on this thing reads prophetic, and the red text says finish the song. This is a reference to George R.R. Martin and how he just does not want to seem to finish his books for the Game of Thrones series. So I'm not sure what that means for this gun. Hopefully it doesn't mean this gun can't actually kill things. All right, you know what? So far so good. The gun feels all right. It's pretty, seems like a pretty standard assault rifle. It has good fire rate though. Oh, it seems to shoot both fire and ice. Oh, I get it. Because his book was a song of fire and ice. Okay. Clever. Clever gearbox. Clever. This is actually a really, really good assault rifle. I would say this would be something that almost everybody would want to probably try and get early on. Because you can get this from Horace pretty early in the game. So this would be a really good one to get. Definitely skip on the last one. But get this guy. This thing's really nice. Hold on. What's the alternate fire mode on this? I have a double barrel on mine. I don't know if that changes. It's not the world's strongest assault rifle by any stretch of the imagination. I've definitely found much stronger assault rifles, but I would say again, just like the last gun, this is actually a really, really good early game item to go chase after. And if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you know, you have a nice little reference here. So you have double barrel, you have full auto. All right, up next, the final piece that we get from Horace is the Pacemaker. This is a rep kit, and the gold text on this one reads pulsometer. Passively regenerates health over time, increasing in rate when your health is low. So obviously at the lower health, you're going to heal faster. The red text says, you got my heartbeat going, baby, faster and faster. This is a reference to Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. It's a lyric from that song. Now, there's not going to be a whole lot I can really show you with rep kits, but let's just see how it feels to use this thing. Hold on, I gotta go trigger the machine. And we'll keep using our Song of Fire and Ice assault rifle in here too, but I want to make sure that these guys put me in low health situations. Now let's try this in that double barrel mode again. Had to reload. All right, go ahead and heal. That's pretty good healing. Pretty good healing. This would definitely make this something you'd want to get early game as well. I mean, unless you find like a good health kit, you'd probably want to try and find one that has like multiple charges on it as well, not just a single charge one like I've got here, because the more charges you have, obviously the more often you can heal yourself. But yeah, decent, and definitely, I would say definitely worth having for early game if you wanted to pick that up, if you want to farm for it, that is. I mean, honestly, early game on this game, you can definitely be just fine with blues and purples. Just make sure you get some good perks that work really well with your build. So there you guys go. Those are all the drops from Horace. I hope this guide was helpful to you. If it was, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, tap the bell icon for more. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys enjoying these early game farming guides? I hope that they're working out for you. Once I find out drop rates and all that good stuff, check the pinned comment down below. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.